resorts be smart. You can't get a drink when you want. You have to have a special magnet code.
Because heaven forbid someone rip off the billion-dollar company with a 10-cent soda because they're thirsty and are trying to stay hydrated in 100-degree weather down here in Florida while they're spending hundreds of dollars to be at your stupid-ass park. How much money did it cost you to create this chip to put in the bottom of a cup to make sure that families can't refill their drinks or abuse it by getting one drink for their whole family? Like, how much was the chip? Give me a fucking break.
All right, so I'm going to start off by saying that I don't support the companies in this fashion. I'm not simping for them or anything, but I'm going to explain this clearly and give you some logic to it. Also, I couldn't stitch his video. He had stitching turned off, it looked like, so I just downloaded it and I put it in here so you can see the entirety of the video. Since you can't go back to his, I'm going to answer some questions that he had in there and put some logic on this. So, if you want to stay thirsty and hydrated, there are water options at the park. I have been to Universal because they've been doing the chipped cup thing for a bit now. I've been there once, but they did have water as an option. You have to get it yourself, or you can pre-fill bottles in your room, or you can get water at different places, but the water is free. If you don't know how to get water, ask them at the park. They're required to at least provide water because you're stuck in the park. There's rules for things like that. And soda's is the worst thing you can get on a hot day when you're walking around. But besides that point, and then he says, but how much more do they need? You're spending money in the park. Well, everything's getting more expensive, and they're going to need that money to keep the park going. They still have to pay people. And yes, I understand the argument. It's the park's problem. They should be paying those people, and that's fine. We can keep that argument. And lastly, how much should it cost to design the chip for the cup? Well, surprisingly, it cost the parks nothing to design it because they didn't. See, an innovator came along, bad innovator, I don't like capitalist innovators like this, and decided they could find a way to help the park make money by charging more for drinks, and that's what they came up with. As far as the cost of the cups, you'd be surprised. As a consumer, for a small business, if I wanted to buy these RFID tags that go in the cup, in the plastic or on the bottom, it's about 10 cents per chip. The technology for the machines is a little more, but you're buying the machines as a package deal and generally getting a discount. So best I could find for places like Universal Disneyland, they're spending less than a penny per cup for the RFID. The cups themselves in manufacturing production are probably going to cost anywhere from 10 cents to 60 cents per cup. So it's highly profitable for them to charge you $1.95, $2, $3, $5 and up for the cups. On to the bigger issue. Stop being mad at the parks and the system. Fix the system. People in the 40s and 50s that had money and traveled around, they didn't complain about buying food or souvenirs at the park. The reason everybody's so upset now is because we've been pinched so hard. It should be fine for us to not have to worry about spending for extras at the parks. It is perfectly fine. I covered this in another video. Being a consumer is not a bad thing. You should be able to want to go and enjoy the parks, spend the extra to help everything out. But we can't because we're being pinched by the wealthy. Yeah, sure, Bob Iger's, crappy. What he's doing is awful. And I use him because he is in the realm of Disney, right? Could Disney do better? Maybe, but they're also pinched too. They have people they need to pay. So I can't blame the park entirely when it's the people that run the park. Again, getting back to the wealthy people. We've got to focus our outrage to the right people. You can attack Disney, they'll just end Disney is what'll happen. If enough people don't like Disney anymore, they can't afford it and can't go, they'll just get rid of it. It's like when they cancel your favorite TV show because not enough people are watching or they're not making the money they expect to make. They'll just cancel it. They don't care. They've already got the money they want. They'll cash out and take off someplace else or form another company and make you think it's wholesome. So while I understand the outrage at how expensive parks are, that yes, you already paid for a ticket, it should just cover all that, we can't right now. Should it be that way? Maybe. I personally would have no problem if I had a universal basic income and all I was working for was the extras. Another creator on here said that's how it should be, and I agree. You should have a universal basic income and you're working to afford luxury. That's how it should be. In some other countries, that's how it is. You work a little bit to cover what your basic income doesn't, and then you have extra to do more. There are more content creators on this platform that have come from other countries to come visit America and have fun like America's an amusement park because their finances are pretty well cared for. So again, please direct your outrage in the right direction. But there's your cost for the chips, what the cups cost about, and why it's not as bad as you think on that. And where, again, your rage should be redirected toward the CEOs and executives making these decisions.